What this is really about is about workers' rights.
What this is really about is about dividing the haves to the have-nots.
Oh, not only is this an attack on Bob, obviously it is specifically, but it's also an attack on workers' rights in this country.
Hands off Bob Carnegie!
Today was a national and international day of protest in support of Bob Carnegie, who's a member of the Maritime Union of Australia, who involved himself in a community picket line against Abigroup for work that was being performed on the Children's Hospital in Queensland.
Just to make sure that everybody understand what this is about, we have a worker in Queensland that his only guilt was to assist workers on a picket line for a period of 9 weeks, and he has been hit with 54 charges of contempt. He fronts court today. These rallies are taking place right around the country. It's very fitting that we're here supporting a worker. It's, as I say clearly, it's not a union boss or a union official. This is about a worker that's going to be hit with 54 charges of contempt of court, and it's very important that we're here supporting him today. That worker's name is Bob Carnegie. So let's hear a big cheer for Bob Carnegie.
Last year, at the Abigroup Children's Hospital site in Brisbane, there was a serious industrial dispute, and it led to a 9-week strike. This was not a dispute that was sought or caused by the union or by the workers on this job. What happened was that one of the major subcontractors on that job, employing in excess of 100 workers, went broke. Abigroup, the head contractor, who are wholly owned by the Lend Lease Corporation, screwed that contractor and sent them broke. When they went broke, we had over 100 workers on that site without entitlements, without jobs, with a very large construction project left to complete. In this case, Lend Lease's subsidiary, Abigroup, they said, we will bring in a new contractor. We don't care about those workers' entitlements. We don't care who completes the work, and we don't have any intention of discussing the matter with their union. This provocative stance led the workers across the job to do what construction workers have been doing since Christ was a carpenter, and that is to stick up for their mates. They went off the job and they supported their mates. During the period of time, a number of people from the community came down to stand with those workers and assist them. And one of them was a bloke by the name of Bob Carnegie, who's been a construction worker, been a seafarer, worked on the waterfront. Bob is a member of the Maritime Union of Australia. He went down there, he turned to, and he is accused of the heinous crime of assisting workers struggling to win back their entitlements and their jobs. After a hard 9-week stoppage, a lot of hardship, a lot of tough times for workers, the workers won their entitlements back. They won their jobs back. The company elected to continue legal proceedings against the union, but days after the matter was settled in the courts, Lend Lease brought 54 charges of contempt forwards against Bob Carnegie. 54 charges. We got 2 sets of laws. We got laws which are about the big corporates, the Lend Leases of this country, who it seems can get away with just about anything, including the filching of taxpayers' dollars and dishonest conduct. But let one worker stand up for his mates, let one worker stand up for job security, let one worker stand up for the entitlements of other construction workers, and Lend Lease want to put him in jail. What a disgrace. What a disgrace.
Workers losing their entitlements. Workers concerned about their jobs.
workers concerned about a secure income, things that working people are concerned about every day, and things that we have a legitimate right to protest about whenever we like, wherever we like. And we shouldn't be silenced, either by oppressive laws or companies like Lend Lease seeking to use the courts of this country to take a man like Bob Carnegie, who was just looking after his mates, spending 9 long weeks on a picket line to pursue justice over income and jobs. Lend Lease or any other corporation should not be using the law of this country to oppress dissent and shamefully try and put a man like Bob Carnegie in jail. We will make sure that Lend Lease get a very clear message that the working people of this country will not allow them to oppress people like Bob Carnegie simply for standing up on behalf of workers. Thanks very much.
I think all of the comments were received very well by all of the members of the unions present, community activists, political activists who came and supported today's demonstration, because it's about justice. It's about the core fundamental beliefs that we as trade unionists have. And it was a perfect space to demonstrate in front of the Lend Lease building, talking passionately about who we are, what we are and why we fight, and why we're fighting against Lend Lease today.
This dispute is about many, many things, many things. And we'd be lying if it's about one simple thing. But primarily, as has been said, this dispute was about ensuring that when workers were performing the same work, they were paid the same for it. Now, what this industry is very well known for is contracting out, subcontracting out, subcontracting out, subcontracting out until the poor bastard at the bottom is on $5 an hour. Companies like Abigroup allow this sickness to continue. It is only you, comrades, the workers, the organised workers in the construction industry who have fought against this brutality. It is disputes like the Abigroup dispute that ensured that when workers go on a site together, they are paid together for work they perform together, and it's a tribute to the CFMEU for fighting for it. Bob Carnegie is not just a trade union activist. He's a political activist, a social activist, an activist in every sense of the word. An activist. He is prepared to commit himself to the struggle. He is aware of the responsibilities that come with fighting in our struggle, and he certainly is aware of the nature of the charges that have been brought against him. He has fought against oppression, injustice and exploitation. Now he's fighting it against being committed upon himself, and we cannot allow Bob to fight this alone. We are not only in this country are we fighting, there are rallies around the world today to defend Bob Carnegie. Give yourself a round of applause.
We've got the ITF who are now actively involved in this campaign. We've also got the ITUC, which represents hundreds of millions of trade unionists around the world who are supporting this case. They understand that Australian trade unionists play an incredibly important role in the global trade union community, and they know that they cannot allow an activist like Bob Carnegie to be jailed.
Hands up, Bob! Hands up, Bob! Hands up, Bob! Hands up, Bob! Hands up, Bob!